Peace to everyone, and welcome back. If you've ever faced a relationship shattered by betrayal or anger, you know how exhausting it is to fix it. Temporary solutions rarely work. A complete overhaul is needed to reunite divided parties. In our relationship with God, humanity has attempted to build fragile bridges through religion and good works for centuries. However, the Apostle Paul offers a different approach in Colossians 1 verses 19 to 22, revealing a divine rescue mission. Today, we're uncovering the legal mechanics behind the Great Reconciliation, showing how Jesus transformed a hostile heart into one that is blameless in the courts of heaven. Opening our Bibles to verse 19, Paul writes, "For in him all the fullness of God was pleased to dwell." The first step in understanding this reconciliation is recognizing Jesus' authority. Paul uses the Greek word pleroma, which denotes the complete essence of God residing in Jesus. In an era where false teachings suggested Jesus was merely a minor angel, Paul asserts that the entirety of God's being resides in him. This matters for our security, as a bridge can only span a chasm when anchored on both sides. Jesus, being fully human, reaches us, while his divine nature allows him to connect us back to our Creator. Now, let's look at the execution of this peace treaty in verse 20. "And through him to reconcile to himself all things, whether on earth or in heaven, making peace by the blood of his cross." Here, we see the currency of peace. God didn't simply wave away our rebellion. He addressed it legally and decisively. A holy judge cannot ignore broken laws without losing integrity. The hostility had to be confronted, and Jesus made peace through his blood. This signifies a complete transaction. Your peace with God is not a fragile truce, but a legally binding treaty sealed in the blood of Christ. The war is definitively over. Paul then directs our focus to our past in verse 21, stating, "And you, who once were alienated and hostile in mind, doing evil deeds." This diagnosis reveals our natural condition. Before Christ's intervention, we were spiritually homeless and fully separated from divine life. Even more alarming, we were hostile in our minds, resenting God's authority and desiring to reign over our own domains. Our outward actions were simply symptoms of this internal rebellion. Recognizing our starting point deepens our gratitude for grace, reminding us that we weren't innocents. We were active rebels needing total redemption. In verse 22, we read, "He has now reconciled in his body of flesh by his death." Paul emphasizes the physicality of Jesus' sacrifice for a crucial reason. The Gnostic philosophy prevalent at the time claimed that the physical world was evil. Paul counters this notion, asserting that our reconciliation occurred in the tangible, historical reality of Christ's bodily death. Jesus truly endured physical pain and death, standing in our place to nullify our past. Our salvation is grounded in a definitive moment of history, not just abstract beliefs. Finally, we arrive at the incredible goal of this entire process in the latter part of verse 22. "In order to present you holy and blameless and above reproach before him." Here lies the ultimate verdict Jesus bestows upon us. The terms holy, blameless, and above reproach define our new identity. Being holy indicates we are set apart for divine service, while blameless means we are inspected and found free of defects, akin to a spotless sacrificial lamb. Above reproach refers to our immunity from accusations. The Supreme Judge dismisses any charges against us because no legal grounds remain. As we conclude, it's vital to understand the implications of your new status. You have been utterly cleared in the highest court of the universe. It's time to shed the chains of spiritual insecurity and abandon efforts to crawl back to a God who has already embraced you. Remember that the infinite fullness of God came down to secure your peace through his blood, transforming your hostile heart. You're wrapped in a protective verdict of holy, blameless, and above reproach. Walk boldly in your royal inheritance today. Thank you for exploring the depth of the Word with me. If this message resonated with you, please subscribe and share this with someone who may be struggling. I invite you to reflect. What does it mean to know you are legally above reproach before God? Walk in absolute clearance. God bless you, and I look forward to our next deep dive together. It is all about Jesus.